So the first inductee that I have the honor of presenting, he's partially to blame for me being up on the stage. I was 3 years old when racing grabbed a hold of me. I'd seen it on television like everybody else, and I knew that I liked it, but it was in the spring of 1987 that I figured out that I loved racing. Catamount Stadium was preparing for the Spring Green to open its final season, and the place is open to spectators free of charge for an open practice session, much like every track does. And my old man dragged me along to watch, and at the end of the day, we went in the pits to check out some of the cars, and one of his long-lost buddies from high school had a race car, so he brought me over to him. I still remember that bright red number 41 and meeting a guy who had a mustache that looked a lot like my dad's, and I'm still upset that it's gone. And it was Jamie Aube. The very next day, his picture was on the front page of the Burlington Free Press, which is the paper that fired me this year. And that experience, meeting him and then seeing him in the paper, that put it over the top for me. He was the first race car driver I ever had the chance to meet, and he clearly was very famous, and it was very cool. Little did I know how much fame would be coming his way later that year in 1987 when he pulled into Victory Lane at the Oxford Plains Speedway to grab $31,000 out of Bob Bear's pocket for winning the Oxford 250. The peaks of his career have been among the ultimate highs in short track racing, from humble beginnings here in New England to the high banks of Daytona. He's done it all. He started in the Grand American V6 class at Catamount and Thunder Road in the mid-1970s, got 3 wins in 77, then moved up to the late models. It took him a while to be a winner, but once he got there, he never left Victory Lane. He won the 1983 Vermont Governor's Cup, which is now has become one of the most prestigious races in the state. Became a regular visitor to Victory Lane starting in '86 with frequency on Tom Curley's American Canadian Tour. He also won the New England 300 at Catamount, which for a long time was a big, big deal. That Oxford 250 win in 1987 thrust him into the national spotlight, particularly with the photos of ACT and Coors and NASCAR and Busch right next to each other. That was kind of a neat thing to see. And in addition to the money, one thing that is often overlooked is that he is the first Vermont driver to be a winner on the NASCAR Busch Series, the Xfinity Series now. He went Busch North Racing in 1988 full-time, and he won the championship. He came back in 1989, he won the championship. And in 1990, he won the championship 3 in a row, a record that stood for 15 years. And that last title was with Dick Glines, who will be inducted later today as the crew chief. In 1993, he won from the pole at the Magic Mile at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, later qualified for the NASCAR Busch Series February opener in Daytona 3 times. And he also spent a season chasing the NASCAR Truck Series schedule in 2003. Ever since then, he's been dabbling in late model racing, and as recently as 2 years ago was in Victory Lane track at Devil's Bowl. Still very active at 65, and yes, I'm bringing up your age because you told me not to. He now serves as a crew chief and a team manager for Tom Sheehan on the Trans Am Road Racing Series. They were in Florida yesterday racing, and today he's here being inducted into the New England Hall of Fame. He was in action at Speedway 51 in New Hampshire just a couple of weeks ago. In 2011, NASCAR put him on the all-time list of Busch North drivers. He's number 4 greatest driver in the history of that series, and today we put him in the New England Auto Racing Hall of Fame. Please welcome from North Ferrisburg, Vermont, Jamie Aube.
Thank you, Justin, and thank everybody that takes part in this. This is a huge honor. Thank you for all our veterans today for servicing this country. Without your service, we wouldn't be allowed to do this, and I know that's a statement that's been, publicized quite a bit, but very true. Thank you very much. I want to thank Near for putting this is unbelievable. I had no idea. I stay pretty busy. I'm still pretty active in the racing world. Not much of a driver anymore, apparently. After a couple weeks ago, I come home with a pretty beat up race car, but I stay very active in it, and I don't pay a lot of attention. When I come here today and see the faces, the people I've raced with, people that have taught me, it's amazing, and it's a huge, huge honor. I started this thing out as a farm boy, going to Catamount Stadium, watching Bobby Dragon and some of the old Coupe guys. And then I met this guy, Robbie Crouch. Who the heck is he? From Florida, Well, he's probably one of the greatest drivers I've ever raced against and taught me more than probably anybody in my racing career. And I just want to take a second and thank all these guys, Dick Glines being my crew chief, and I'm honored to be in this group of people. And I can't say enough Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I didn't prepare anything. I was sleeping on the airplane last night. I was supposed to be writing a acceptance speech here, but thank you very much. It's a big honor.